Cristiano Ronaldo's playing days may be numbered as he celebrates his 40th birthday in his adopted home of Saudi Arabia on Wednesday, February the 5th. The Portuguese great appears to trade an end-of-career payday for football obscurity when he moved to Riyadh's Al Nassr 2 years ago in a deal worth around $250 million.
As I told you before, for me this is a great opportunity not only in football but also to change the mentality of the new generation.
Cristiano Ronaldo regards himself as the most complete player to have existed. Some may doubt this, but the five-time Ballon d'Or winner has broken a host of records during his career and is the highest men's goal scorer in football history with 923 goals.
We're looking forward to do an amazing season, and of course I hope to win a few trophies this year. Let's see what's going to happen.
Ronaldo's interview on a Spanish television show, El Chiringuito, gives his fans an insight on how he feels about himself and his career.
Who's the best goal scorer in history? It's about numbers. Full stop. Who's the player in history who scored most goals with their head, their left foot, penalties, free kicks? I was looking the other day, and not being left-footed, I'm in the top 10 goal scorers with their left foot in history, and with my head, and with my right foot, and penalties, all of them.
Having faced constant comparisons with Argentinian star Lionel Messi throughout his career, as both battled to be recognized as the best player on the planet, Ronaldo said,
I'm talking about numbers. I think I'm the most complete player to have existed. In my opinion, I think it's me. I do everything well in football with my head, free kicks, left foot. I'm fast. I'm strong.
At 40, Ronaldo is not contemplating retirement from club or international football.
I'm so competitive that sometimes I forget what I've achieved because it gives me motivation to do more and to do better every year. I think that's the difference with others. Somebody else in my position would have left football 10 years ago. I'm different. Full stop.
Somebody in my position would have left football 10 years ago. I am different, not comma, full stop. CR7, they call him Cristiano Ronaldo, gold machine. I was still trying to say, I know we will not agree with me there, but we still have to see between himself and the great Arance de Nascimento, Pelé, who has scored more goals. I think the operative word there has to be official, because we knew when, was it November 1960, when, not 72 or so. I know it was November 19, I'm trying to remember the year that Pelé scored his 1,000th goal. It was from a penalty spot, so he is, I think he's 900 and something now, closing down. Can he make 1,000 goals? And that will be it. His other guy who is not a goal scorer, but who has 8 Ballon d'Or. You don't know how you tweet it. It depends on which side of the divider you are in. The Ronaldo fans will not give you the figure, they give you the numbers, they give you the goals. While the Messi fans will tell you, of course, he's an all-rounder. But it is that all-rounder now that Ronaldo has said, I am the best in that area. I am the best header. I am the best free kick taker. I am the best dribbler. So we'll look at the stats, but not today. Not today. There is a lot in the house that we want to look at. We want to look at, where we're coming in, and see how Nigeria can be, up there among the committee of the best footballing nations in the world. That is what this show is all about, and that is what we are concentrating on today. We look at the grassroots. We look at the Nigerian Football Federation, which says, look, it is time for us to build our own hotel because, we are tired of owing. We are tired of paying. We are tired of doing a lot of things. But right now, we can have all our teams housed, very close to the pitches where they are training. This is courtesy of FIFA Go Project. We'll come down and look at what is happening in our league because Remo, we said it last week, and they are not looking back. Kano Pillars went, they saw, and they were conquered. For Rivers United, we don't know what is really happening. And then let's see, because somebody is shooting to the stars right there, and maybe 5 points clear is becoming difficult if Rivers United can make the Champions League. But then that is what it is, because all other teams are not slipping by. Some teams do have 1 or 2 games in hand, like Enyimba, and then we are moving towards that. This is the second half. First half is shiri, second half is the real deal. So we'll look at that. We'll look at, I was thrilled when I saw Ndidi, come out as the captain, captaining Leicester City at Old Trafford against Manchester United. But at the end of the day, the one we call rude, he said no. I was not defeated by Faggy time. I was defeated by offside time. And now we'll also look at, go to look at 1 or 2 games right there at the La Liga, where it was the Madrid derby, and I tell you this, because there are 2 goals scored, and those 2 goals were scored by World Cup winners. One, by the young man who left Manchester City, Julian Alvarez, who scored from the penalty spot, and of course, the other one who has played back-to-back World Cup finals, who has scored a hat-trick in the final. I think he's the second person, apart from Jeff Horst in 1966, to have done that. Kylian, the masterclass Mbappe. But then that is not it. Because before that, Atletico did something. I'm Keno Chonogo. You welcome the Channel Sport on Sunday. And my team in the house. We are going to have a special guest who is going to join us. But we'll start with Okpe. Éric Chelle. The man says he has going around to meet the players, the Super Eagles players. How do you see that?
Yeah, okay, I think that is natural. And again, Iwa alleges must prove. You mentioned my name in your intro when you were waxing really cool about Cristiano Ronaldo. And you said Pele maybe in the 70s. Pele scored his 1,000 official goal on the 19th of November 1969 at the age of 29. Yeah, exactly. Not the age of 40. Yeah. At the age of 29. And,
so, yeah.
I know it was
November 1969.
Yes, November,
so, yeah. Okay.
As at that time, he had 2 World Cup already. Yeah. He was not chasing his first World Cup. So, and in his 3rd World Cup, he already had 2 World Cup. And Ferenc Puskás, the greatest Hungarian player of all time, says something that, look, the greatest football player of all time, to him, is Alfred Di Stefano. Yeah. Because he refused to classify Pele as a player. Now, Stefano now said, the person they said was the goal now said, Pele, Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have great qualities, but Pele miles ahead. So I think that's
it is subjective. I feel Jimmy's in the house.
I fail to see how you compare someone that won 3 World Cups with someone that had not won any. Even the one that has just won. There is absolutely no comparison. 58, 62, 70, and the manner in which those World Cups were won. You can't start. I mean, I see it as recency bias to start talking about Messi and Ronaldo in the same vein. Pele.
They play. I agree with you. That is your take. It is subjective. Yeah. But I think they played in different eras. You understand? So everybody with what they are. True. And as at the time that Pele played, okay, of course, I know the Brazilian league, they have a lot of games that they play. True. I totally agree with that. True. But here you are now playing continental, playing this. I don't know how many Copa America that Pele won.
No. Ken, hold on. Pele played in only one Copa America. And
yeah.
it was a league format. They were undefeated. They drew their match against Argentina, and the Argentines were ahead of them. Yeah. So Pele was the top scorer. Yeah. He played in only one Copa. Now, when Pele played, he did not win. I'm telling you, it was a league format. Of course. And the Argentine trial. Now,
so it's as if it wasn't competitive.
When Santos played Intercontinental Cup with Benfica, SCDO, who is arguably the greatest Portuguese player.
Ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, because he took Portugal to the top position in the World Cup.
Exactly.
So Pele with Santos destroyed the European champions. I know Madrid were European champions for 5 years before Benfica took over. But Eusebio himself confessed that he never saw that before. Pele and Santos destroyed Benfica.
And we are talking of different decades. We are talking about now Ronaldo doing it before 20, doing it after 20, doing it after 30, now doing it after 40. But what Pele was able to do, winning in different decades, is massive. Winning the World Cup in different decades.
At the height of was that Jersey in that team? Was it just Pele that was in the team?
You want to limit this conversation now to the Stardust that was there. Whether you like it or not, you would know better. Because Pele was by far ahead of any other player in the world as at that time.
Yeah, as at that time. You see, understand one thing, football has improved. There are techniques,
I understand the evolution of football.
A lot of things have come in.
And the same way, we conveniently want to put it this way. Oh, Messi scored in every round. No, but we had a player, you don't mention who scored in every match.
All right. I tell you this, because I told you we are going to have a very special guest. Before we do that, also, I want to let you understand that, yes, just early this morning, the South African, Dricus, Duplessis, destroyed Sean Strickland to retain his UFC middleweight championship of the world. It was unanimous. I mean, 50, 45, 50, 45, 49, 46. I mean, before they even announced the Duplessis name, Sean Strickland went to shake him.
That guy.
You are my boss. Yes, so coming in from where it is, and it's not taking. But let's see. We have a friend of the house again today who is going to join us to look at football. We will not be challenging, the local governments and the state governments and even the federal government in terms of facilities. It is very, very appalling that in a country like Nigeria, a superpower, African superpower, world superpower, that there is only one standard football pitch that CAF will allow us to play football at the Old Township Stadium, Stadium. It is, I tell you this, no, there is no justification for whatever, for us to do that. But then, during the week, the NFF says we are going to build, our own hotel because that is what we want to. Keep our players, our national team players. We don't want to start going to this hotel, going to that hotel. A lot of things. For those of us who have been following these stories in the past 20 years or so, we know how it is, what has been going on. So FIFA has come in with their goal projects. Look, we give you this money, do it to this project, and they say for also this one, I think part 3, this is what we want to use it for. So we want to look at what that portends for Nigerian football, and then we shall also look at other things. And to do that with us, we have the FA chairman of Benue State. He's a lawyer, Paul Ede. Hello, barrister. How are you?
Well, thank you, Ken and the crew. I heard your argument about Pele, Ronaldo, and Messi, and of course, I don't want to join in the fray.
It is an endless argument because those who are for Pele will justify everything. Those who are for Ronaldo, those who are for Messi. No, it is a win. There is no way anybody are going to win or convince another person to come to your part. So I think it's just for the banter, and we're happy that these are the greatest ones that have been there. They have shown like stars, and we'll have some Nigerians who will join that particular conversation and say, here they are. But let's start with home. There's a charity, they say, begins at home. What is the state of facilities, football facilities in Benue State?
Well, for us, proud to becoming the FA chairman, one of the things that I realized is the fact that we had 0 facilities in Benue State. The one and only facility which we had that we were playing our league matches and, of course, using to engage in football activities in Makurdi, that is the Aparaku Stadium, was in a very sorry state. And this had been in existence for over 8 years prior to the coming of the current administration. But I have good news, because when His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Haisendo Alia came on board, he took the bull by the horn. And last year, he awarded the contract for the remodeling of the Aparaku Stadium for the sum of 1.7 billion naira to a company. And of course, they've been working on it. They were to deliver the facility within 2 months. However, till this moment that we speak, the facility is yet to be delivered. Of course, that for me is a very serious challenge, because Lobby Stars currently plays their home stadium. And that trend have existed for more than 2 seasons for Lobby Stars. It's indeed a sorry state. But I'm also happy to note that His Excellency has further awarded the renovation of the Makati Stadium, which we believe will be delivered in the next 50 days from now. And we're hoping that Lobby Stars will be back upon the delivery of this project. Yesterday, we were at the facility to have a look at it after we were done with our Congress. And the contractor handling it is doing a perfect job with that. So in the long run, we're looking forward to having the Makati Stadium delivered, and hopefully also the Aparaku Stadium delivered, for us to have good enough facilities to be able to play our league matches and also participate in football activities.
Okay. In other words, are you saying probably in the next 60 days, about 2 months, right, gentlemen? About 2 months. So in the next 2 months, I'm probably projecting to maybe another 4 months, in the next 6 months or so, we should have about 2 standard stadiums right there, in Benue. Are both of them situated in Makurdi?
Both of them are situated in Makurdi. And I am also happy to note that when we had the finals of the Governor's Cup, His Excellency, the Executive Governor, had also assured that the JS Taka Stadium in Boko will be fixed soon after the delivery of the ongoing renovations. And that would also be extended to Otupo, because we have 3 senatorial districts in Benue State. So his vision is to ensure that we have standard stadiums in Boko, which is in Zone B. We have another one either in Kasinala or Vandekia, which is in Zone A. Then we have one in Otupo, which is in Zone C. That way, we'll be having at least 5 standard stadiums in Benue State to ensure that we have grassroots football development in each of the senatorial districts. Then, of course, the growth trajectory for us is to also ensure that now that local government have autonomy, we are envisioning a situation where every local government will be able to have a standard stadium, which will help and encourage the growth of the game of football.
Okay, you said you had your Congress yesterday, and then of course I have your communique here. I am thrilled by 1 or 2 things, and I don't know, probably you explain to the House, how you guys intend to achieve this. This is quite refreshing. If my guys can allow me to read this from here, it's a Congress resolved to implement the Edu Ball project in collaboration with the Benue State University and to partner with the Benue State Ministry of Education to develop a football curriculum for primary and secondary schools in Benue State to ensure easy talent identification and development. A football curriculum in the primary schools. Just hold on, because so that I want to do so that you can just take the two to explain the two to us. The also Congress resolved to sign a memorandum of the understanding with the National Institute of Sports to train and satisfy coaches and referees in the state. Henceforth, only certified coaches affiliated with the Benue State Football Association and trained by NIS will be qualified to practice in the state. I know this second one, Lagos State FA, is also done with NIS, which is quite well. See, I hope other state FAs are watching this, because what we do here is what we believe that, look, this is what will enhance sport development. We're talking football today, tomorrow it might be boxing or whatever. So, Barrister Ede, can you kind of put more light on these two things that you guys issued in your communique, especially the curriculum, primary curriculum for the students? How are you going to do that?
Okay, first and foremost, let me start with the partnership with the Benue State government university.
Okay.
We realized when we came on board in 2022 that most times the challenges that we have is the situation where parents do not allow their children to participate in football activities because they believe that when they begin to enjoy the privilege of being footballers, they negate the idea of going back to school. And you see it all around. In Nigeria today, you cannot pick an average footballer who have played in the league and you say that this one is a graduate or have graduated from the university. So this actually became something that bothered us. And quickly, during the course of the first 3 months of our administration, we began to have a conversation with the Benue State University to see how footballers in Benue State who are actively participating in football can gain easy admission into the university and also have a situation where they will be allowed to also play football. At least let's have something that is a bit flexible for them. And we began to midwife this for the past 1 year. And in December, we signed an MOU, which gives the impetus to the Benue State Football Association to have players who are willing to write JAM, who have met the requirements to be given admission into the university. And the first set of footballers that will be enjoying this would be in the course of the current JAM that you're about to write in. And of course, we are very happy because we also want to see how football facilities in the university can also be developed so that students in the university can further participate in football. So that is currently ongoing, and that is part of what Congress had to stamp its feet on. For the second leg, we also realized that most times we have very talented young boys and girls in secondary schools. One challenge we have in Nigeria today is where we have a situation where most footballers reduce their ages. The reason is because it is after they are done with their secondary and primary school that they begin to participate in active football. And by that time, their ages is far more than it's required. So they go ahead to reduce the ages. So we feel that if we take football to from the primary school level to secondary school level, we'll be able to get students or players in their right ages to be able to play football and, of course, churn out young talents that will be able to take football to the next stage. So in doing this, we are collaborating with the NIS and some spirited individuals to see how we can develop this curriculum in tandem with the Ministry of Education in Benue State, which will be implemented so that the coaches that we are going to churn out from the NIS program will now become those that would go to the various secondary schools, primary schools to also train these coaches. Now, we also realize that we have a situation where any teacher who has played football in the past or has an idea of football is the one that goes to train these young boys and young girls. And those teachers do not have the requisite experience and wherewithal to be able to train these young lads, because football in itself is a different ball game entirely. So when we have these coaches trained from NIS or even participate and are trained to have CAF D, CAF C, CAF A, and CAF B alike, we'll send them to these various secondary schools to be able to train, of course, and primary school to train these young lads. And of course, we are starting the pilot phase from Makurdi, because we believe that if we must succeed in what we're about to do, we need to begin to look at it from a small nucleus. Have 10, 20 schools that will engage in this, and will take it to the 23 local government, and we believe that that will be able to give us the results that we require.
Okay, Obe?
Okay, good afternoon again, Barrister. Recall that Benue State, of course, gave us the youngest player ever to represent Nigeria at any FIFA competition in Peter Ogaba in 1987. He was just 13. Now, my own question is this. Yes, we have an abundance of talent in Benue State, and Benue State is also the food basket of the nation. A couple of years ago, the then Gambia president, Yahya Jammeh, banned football during rainy season in rural areas because it takes people away from the farm. So do we have this clash of interests also in Benue State where young boys who are willing, who have this talent, cannot come out for training because they have to help their parents on the farm?
Yeah, the problem is more than you can even tell. Benue State is quite peculiar. We are indeed the food basket of the nation, but we're also a state that is bedeviled by headed farmers crisis.
Okay.
And we have a situation where we have abundance of IDP camps in the state. So what we have also been able to do is to take football to the IDP camps. Time will fail me to give you one or two things we have been able to achieve in that regard. We are working tooth and nail, and of course the programs that we have developed in the past 1 year plus is to see how everybody, including farmers in the rural areas, there are, of course, boys and girls who are not even the four walls of any school because they are unable to, because they have been displaced. And for such boys, we have also a program that we have implemented where we go to the IDP camps to be able to also identify them. And I can give you a very empirical case study. We have about 15 players that played in the Benue State Governors Cup, the women's category, that were discovered and were discovered from the IDP camps.
Wow.
So for us, we feel that, about 15 of them. And interestingly, Benue Queens, we have about 3 players from the IDP who were discovered from the IDP camps that are currently playing in the Nigerian Women Professional League. So for me, I believe that what we have been able to do and initiate over time has not only brought us out as the food basket of the nation, and interestingly, we have also a program where we harness and harvest crops, particularly yams, and we send to the various stakeholders in football across the country. And a typical example is those that came from outside to watch the Benue State Governors Cup. They all went home with sizable yams in order for us to promote this.
With our own. See, you see, yes, now, see, for night, if they say, what here, Mark go taste that. We are waiting for our own basket of yam. And then we want to get it here. Myself and Jimmy were talking about, we were discussing an issue, and then coincidentally we saw it in your communique about the Benue Queens. How is the transformation, from the Honey Badgers, to the Benue Queens? Is it still? We know that formerly you used to be the owner of the Honey Badgers. I mean, are you still the owner, or are you selling to the state government, or how? We want to explain. We want clarifications. Yeah.
Those that know into the business of the women's game. I forayed into the business of football through the women's game. And for me, I believe that when we give the girl child the opportunity, they have what it takes to thrive. And that's why in 2019, I formed the Nigerian Rattles and, of course, the Honey Badgers. Nigerian Rattles currently in Abuja, and, of course, Honey Badgers in Benue. Because I realized that aside from Invincible Angels those days, which, of course, brought out girls like Odega and several others across the country, the owner of Invincible Angel did not have the means to be able to pursue the course of growing the game the way it ought, he did initially. So I came up with Honey Badgers. I'm proud to becoming the chairman of the Benue State Football Association. I had to let go of Honey Badgers as well as Niger Rattles, but of course with a greater influence as a founder. Now, when Honey Badgers eventually qualified to play in the Premiership, I advised the new owners of the club that, look, it is necessary for us to transition and have the team handed over to Lobby Stars, because one of the requirements of CAF and, of course, the NPFL is that every team that is playing in the NPFL must own a women's team. And in view of that, a few Benue indigents came together and said, instead of giving this slot out to another state, because we had about 5 different clubs that wanted to buy up the slot. So I advised that, look, there is no need to sell this slot, because if we want to develop the women's game, let us give this slot to the Lobby Stars. So that process is still ongoing, but a few spirited Benue individuals have come up to form the Benue Queens, and His Excellency hinted about the takeover of the team when the NFL president visited the last time, and the process is currently ongoing, and I'm sure in a few weeks' time that process will be consummated. But the truth is that the team does not belong to me. It belongs to about, I think, 5 individuals who are the owners of Benue Queens, and of course the records are there for anybody to see. And of course, you also notice that the girls are not doing so well in the league currently because they are new entrants. But I'm sure gradually, because these are a bunch of talents that were scouted from the grassroots, they may not have that experience. But with the last match they played in Uyo, I can assure you that the girls are bouncing back. And this is the whole idea I have about developing the game at the grassroots, not to go and bring players from all across the country and say that you have a team that is owned by your state. Let the individual from that particular state benefit from playing the game of football. And that's how you are able to churn out and send very excellent players at the end of the day across the world.
Okay. Jimmy has a question for you.
Okay, Barrister, thank you for the clarifications. On what basis would you say that the NWFL actually did approve the name change for Benue Queens, especially when there seems to be that, form of inconsistency as regards the ownership right now? So it would be nice to know on what basis were they able to approve, the change of name from Honey Badgers to Benue Queens, when the ownership right now still, at this point in time, still looks unclear whether it's Benue State government that is absolutely in charge and all that.
Okay, maybe you didn't hear me well, Jimmy. Honey Badgers has a different management.
Okay.
Right? And of course, for every club, you need to be registered and incorporated. Honey Badgers is an incorporated company with its management board of directors that, of course, is also different from the board of directors incorporated by Benue Queens. Benue Queens is actually incorporated, by the way, just like Lobby Stars is incorporated with their own management. So there's no confusion as to ownership at all. The only aspect that needs to be consummated is the final approval by His Excellency to take over the management of, and of course, the funding of the club. Already, Lobby Stars have applied to His Excellency to that effect. And once that approval is done, yet still the management that is currently in place are still the management that will continue. Just like Lobby Stars in the current circumstance is managed by Dr. Philip Nongo, who is also the director, who is the permanent secretary in the Benue State Ministry of Sports, Youth, Sports and Creativity. So there is no question as to why the NWFL registered them. Honey Badgers applied to change its ownership, to hand over its ownership to the management of Benue Queens, and that is what fully transpired.
Okay. All right. Briefly, like I said, maybe in our intro here, we did talk about the NFF, building this hotel. What is your take on this?
I align my heart, my body, my spirit, my soul, 100% with it. When you're outside, you don't understand what it takes to really manage a federation. If you know the amount of debt that the current NFF leadership inherited, particularly as it has to do with hotels, you will be the one that would ask the federal government to even add more money to whatever they are getting from the FIFA Forward project to build a hotel. Because imagine hosting the national team for 1 month in a hotel. One hotel room is over of course, for the Super Eagles. One hotel room is over 80 to 100,000 naira. Multiply that by about 50 officials and players that are in camp. Multiply that by the number of months. You would agree with me that if the NFF had even built a hotel 10, 20 years ago, we would have saved so much. So I am one who is applauding this initiative. And I believe also that football administration should be such that we should be investment driven. This hotel, I believe, will not only be for the Super Eagles and of course the national teams alone. The Super Falcons, the Flamingos, all the national teams, when they have any international engagement, they will use that hotel, and that hotel would also serve as a means to also get or generate funds for the Nigerian Football Federation. So I applaud the NFF president and the executive board of the NFF for taking this initiative, and I think it's going to save us so much and also help us be a federation that we are, not ones that will continually beg hotel owners, please allow us, we'll get money, we'll pay tomorrow. No. This, for me, is a thumbs up for the Nigerian Football Federation and should be encouraged.
Okay, I assume that probably you're also trying to build one in Benue.
Yeah, it's actually not funny. It is part of the vision that I have. Okay. Because what I envision, my vision for the FA and the new vision that we set for ourselves as the Benue State Football Association is to build an investment-driven, self-sustaining FA that will not go about begging for money, but will use the money we generate to be able to fund our activities. And that's what I have driven us all this while. I believe that as an FA, we should stop the idea of meeting for politicians, begging individuals, come and fund this our project and all that. We will have what it takes to generate the funds. Why not? And it is one of the things that I envision. Nothing stops the FA from owning a transport company, having a hotel to manage our activities. I live in Abuja, but I am in Benue every week. And I know how much I pay every week to hotel owners to be able to stay back in Benue. So it is one thing that I encourage my colleagues and even the Benue FA that we should be able to build hotels, not so big. It could be 10, 20 rooms, which will support our activities.
Have you started putting lobby stars in that particular projection of a self sustenance that they can sustain themselves in the nearest future? Are there anything you put in place towards that regard?
Yes, the forensic audit committee that was set up by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Benue State, came up with a report. And that report is to the effect that the state government may not be able to, in future, single-handedly sustain the management of lobby stars. And as such, they have recommended that lobby stars that spirited individuals or investors should be made to buy shares in Lobby Stars. And the only way to be able to achieve this is if and when Lobby Stars begin to generate its own funds. Because currently, I have no idea as to whether there have been player transfers and the club has generated money to be able to fund itself. It is still the state government that has repeatedly funded the team. So I believe that moving forward with the recommendation that was made by the Forensic Audit Committee, and part of what His Excellency envisions is to see how the sustainability of the club is not only dependent on taxpayers' money, but also by investment that will be derived from investors out there. Okay. But it is still something that is in the piping.
Okay, because we are running out of time, but let's just take a minute for you to just answer this in maybe one sentence if possible. What do you have a confidence in the technical ability of the team that is tutoring Lobby Stars, the managers of the team? Do you have confidence in their ability to lift Lobby Stars out of where they are?
Relegation with us.
I have absolute confidence in the Daniel Amokachi-led technical crew to move the Lobby Stars from where it is currently to a new trajectory. And the reason is very simple. First and foremost, he inherited a team that he did not recruit the players. And you can tell that with the dynamics involved in the entire Lobby Stars issue, from the past management, transitioning to the current management, loyalty of the players to the past management, to the current management, all that had a negative effect. But now that he has also been able to infuse the team with a few players that he himself was the one that brought, we believe that in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 matches, he should be able to get his acts together and come back to winning ways, starting from their match today with Rivers United.
Okay, I think this is somewhere to. We see when we talk with you, it is always endless. But let us keep it. Let us stop it here. I want to thank you for other very short notice because of available to give us this, and then we have insight. I hope also that other state FA chairmen, please. I mean, you can reach out to us. Let us know what you are doing in your respective state, how you are developing football. Thank you so much, Barrister Paul Ede.
Thank you, Ken and the team.
Thank you.
Okay, that is him. The FA chairman of Benue. He's a friend of the house. We call on him, and then things are happening. And gentlemen,
insightful discussion.
Yeah.
I think I would have loved to gain some form of clarity based on the hotel project, because we also have the FIFA Forward project, the 1.0 and 2.0. The project in Benin Kebbi, and also Bordeaux in Delta. So the question really is, we are moving into another project. We know that this one, there's some form of clarity.
Yeah.
But those two projects, we are not getting enough.
I think is it this board that started or the other?
No, the other board, because the cycle is usually a 4-year cycle from 2014 to 2017, 2018 to 2022. This particular project was in January 2023.
Okay.
But disbursement and also having to account for previous ones and all that. But it's important for the NFF to give us, more information as regards those two other projects.
NPFL, let's go. Let us see matches were played yesterday.
Remo Stars flying high 2-1, defeating Canopilas. Shooting Stars shooting for higher places ahead of Bendel Insurance 1-0. Kanemi defeated Nasarawa United 1-0.
Okay. Today there will be some games today. Like it's a Lobby Stars will take on Rivers United. But as it stands, Remo Stars
they're flying high.
They're flying.
Liverpool.
8 points.
8 points. Yeah.
8 points clear.
23 games played.
8 points clear. Who can catch them? Because when you can, it's like I think they won in Kano. At the reverse, I think they won in Kano at the reverse leg of this. I think I'm sure of that. That they won in Kano, and here they are also, beating them here. Okay, that is the league going on there. If you are in any of the city, like we said, if you're in Makurdi, just go and watch you know,
United will be playing against.
These are the fixtures for today.
So to Plateau United going to Minna against Niger Tornadoes. Abia Warriors are turned to Sunshine Stars. Bayelsa United takes on Rangers International.
Okay, so Rivers is taking up Lobby Stars, not the other way around. So the match is taking place in Port Harcourt, not at Makurdi.
So Eyimba are going to their familiar home ground in New against Akwa United.
Familiar home ground. Adopted.
But that is where they have been playing on
Look at the points.
Look at it too.
So Remo Stars 23 matches, 48 points. Shooting Stars 22 matches, 40 points. Rivers United.
Just look at the gap between Rivers United and Remo. 13 points.
13 matches.
Wow.
I said
wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there. Okay, these are
at the bottom.
Yes, these are right there at the bottom. Aqua United, Lobby Stars. And then I said, okay, you just had the Barisa Pole. They're saying, look, we have confidence in the Mokachi-led technical crew. And then probably they've added the big fleshing up the team. And let us see the result will start coming as they visit.
It sounds one kind when you have 2 stars at the bottom.
At the bottom.
Stars are
two stars at the top.
And the funniest thing is, they have both won the NPFL before.
Yes, we have 2 stars at the top. Remo Stars and Shooting Stars.
Exactly.
So it is about the stars, top and bottom. Okay, let's go to what happening. Okay, yes, that is Aqua United, right?
Very sad to see Aqua United.
All right, so that is the bottom 4. Let us see how they will. They still have 15 games to go.
15 games.
So it is still a long 16. Time. If you can just 1 or 2 things. I mean, I think they are still signing.
No.
I
think aside from the publicity that recover from their belief in form.
Plus Atlant.
Yes, so for other team, they've been where they are. So if you have gone this way 22 matches, the likelihood of you going up, I don't see it, Ken.
But sometimes you see teams that will just pick up in the last 7-8 games.
On the basis of what we have seen this season, I think.
No worry now.
Never say never.
Suppose the player discovers his form. You know, it has to do with you are talking about 11 to 14, 15 players are going to have 1 or 2 things, 1 or 2 click, 1 or 2 formation. They synergize, and before you know it, they start do it that way.
Idealism. Idealism.
It is optimist creed. It is the optimist creed. You never go down until the last day.
Exactly.
Of course, now I mean we see it all over, especially in the EPL, where the last day everybody is trying to survive. All right, this is the FA Cup. Letter Orient, after going 1 go up, and then the thing is, you will be sacked in the morning. Of all persons, they are actually that to Pep. They sang that to Pep. David Moyes, started so well, but Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest. I don't know what they are doing. Plus Newcastle, I don't know what they are doing. Southampton, Burnley came to beat them, but this way they are done. It's so funny. But Newcastle,
this time around they were
came back from 2 goals
surprises.
down, and then did that. Wigan, former winners, and then Fulham. So Southampton, well, I don't know. They are not in the league.
Why don't you want to call that last one, Ken?
I said Benue Newcastle. I've said it. I said Newcastle.
You should have said it with emphasis.
The only slip he had when he was mentioning Newcastle for that thing that I didn't know what they were doing.
Exactly.
Newcastle played their second final in 3 years.
Even at the expense of Arsenal.
You
don't know what they are doing.
The way you are putting it, we can take 1 or 2 goals if possible. I want to hear from Arsenal fans actually, because somebody.
Olafẹ́ should not call. I don't understand. Chelsea has been put
out also.
Right, United is not doing badly.
That is the thing. But I think we didn't see the Manchester United. Hello? Well, the Manchester United game against. No. There's something there to give because Ruth did say, look, that he was asked if they were beaten by Fegita, and they said no, we're not beaten by Fegita, we're beaten by offside time. I love this. Okay, this is Brighton Chelsea, but that one was that why I loved this game was that indeed he came out after injury. Now I mean the coaches have so much confidence and added them the captains.
I think that's instructive.
So it tells you,
it shows.
Exactly. His leadership, the confidence, and whatever that the team has in him. I mean, for it to do that, and that's the thing. So that is why we say, look, this is beautiful. Harry Maguire, they said somebody said about half, almost half.
The much maligned
Harry Maguire, has become this is the Leicester players. I know that he has changed his jersey number from 25 to number 6. He's come back there, and then that is the thing. So Bruno. So let's see, and then that is Éric Chelle, going to Europe to go and see the Super Eagles
not
players.
Bad. He watched the home-based players against Sunshine Stars. So he's having to visit these players. So I don't say anything.
Moses Simon.
He helps to build a proper rapport between the coach and the players to begin to make them understand what his vision for the team is, and this is so good to see at this point in time.
Okay, that is the federation saying about talking about
you're having this slack in time when the team comes, so it's better for him to
use
and even went with his assistant so that when they come later, come and introduce them.
So the clubs already know themselves.
And whilst at that, we started hearing rumors of Chukwuemeka and Ugo Chukwu, switch of nationality and all that. But I mean, that's been dispelled officially.
Okay, when it is officially announced, we can look at it.
It's not even possible because it has to be the NFF, making the move to apply for switch of nationality for them. So there are procedures to be followed.
Someone needs to talk them into the bargain. And I think that was what Amadou in the time past year used to. I think
it was. Including this man from Bayelsa.
Who?
The Roma guy. Tammy.
Okay. that was inspiring. That was Tammy Brown. That was inspiring. Okay, so that is Éric Chelle trying to bond with the players, and let's see if he could get on there. But let us take Atletico first. Can we take Atletico Madrid and see what transpired? Okay, that is the result. Real Madrid 1-1 Atletico Madrid. The other results, Villarreal are doing well. The Yellow Submarines, Atletico Madrid. Girona, I don't know. Last season they were
on fire.
On fire this season. Something has happened to them. Celta Vigo beating Real Betis. Real Betis, you all know, was where Infinity played. And at one time they had the costliest player in the world. When he arrived from Brazil, and that's the thing. So, but now this is. Can you read this?
We want to express our full support and solidarity to the entire team of referees, their families and friends. These are difficult days for the football community station.
Now, this tweet is, please look at this tweet. This tweet is from official Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Now, this is before a game. They had to play Real Madrid. And they did this. And then in this game, they were awarded a controversial penalty. Are you getting me?
I think without any fear of contradiction, this tweet I think is not proper, because he added to the tension. You have tension when you have high level games like this. So when you now put the referee under this sort of pressure, I mean, I don't.
But where the Spanish FA chairman was quoted as saying that he's at the beck and call of the president of Real Madrid, and then and then the Real Madrid they started attacking referees. With their official handles.
Yes.
Go on.
Coming from what has happened in the EPL, Mike Oliver situation, and this is like the biggest game of the weekend. So Atletico Madrid actually are showing the fears and calming down the fans that look. We need to support. It's like
I don't think so.
So whatever comes out from this game, support the referee. I don't say anything abusive about this.
It is actually a mockery of the game.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's not. No. See, we don't have to be reactive. They are being proactive. This is the biggest game of the weekend.
It's actually open to interpretation.
Are you supposed to address referees before a game?
Before a game.
Ken, let's
this is not a bribery and corruption.
No, don't be better.
So then we want a situation when Mike Oliver start getting threats to slide my pine before they come up with it. They are saying, look, whatever comes out from this game, the referees are in charge. Just take whatever.
Okay, and they're waiting. But I agree with you. In that particular regard, they are prepared to take whatever comes up that we are supporting.
Okay, no.
But we all know that
the what we're talking about.
The margin is point. The match is tension.
Calm down now. The context I understand was that in the past few weeks, Real Madrid
have been criticizing
officiating. Yes. So I mean, now you are
even this particular referee had been under fire for this particular.
It's like someone like Mourinho. Before he plays Barcelona, he will always come up with something.
No, he will say not just before he plays Barcelona. If he's in Manchester United, before he plays Arsenal, he will talk. If he's in Tottenham, before he plays. If he's in Roma, before he plays Juventus. Now he's already before he's in Fenerbahce. He's already before he plays Galatasaray. He's already talking. Yeah. So Mourinho is Mourinho. Leave that one.
No. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I said unlike Mourinho. This time I say look, because after what Mike Oliver went through, I don't think we need to.
Of course, I totally that the referees must be protected
again and supported.
But Mourinho the difference between Mourinho and this is the official handle of the club, not an
and it is open to different interpretations.
This is the official
Jimmy, if I'm saying support the referee, how has that brought the game into disrespect?
We are talking of context here.
Which context?
And between Atletico and Real Madrid, between Atletico and Real Madrid over the years. In 2013, it happened with Ronaldo when he got the red card. Jimmy, there have been several instances.
And it's not even only
Atletico and Real Madrid.
Without being expressly stated, it's implied that you need to support the referee. What they've done,
it's support the referee.
Okay, no problem now. So it's okay when you don't support that.
That is okay. This is Sean Strickland. Having that hit, that on okay, and then here he is, Duplessis. He has beaten Sean Strickland now twice. He has beaten our own last style bender, Israel Adesanya. For a man who just came in about, it was in his after his sixth fight that he will have a shot at the title. And here is, about just less than 10 games later, he's three. He has
discombobulated, eviscerated, annihilated.
He's cleaned up. He has cleaned up the middleweight. Probably he's looking to go, to move higher and see what he's going to do. But it is good. Like we said, no matter where you come from, he is an African, so it is there. All right, we are going.
Yeah, so I think next Saturday, Lagosians, let's go there and have our 10 star for the marathon. Miles to Memory, the 10th edition.
Okay.
Access by Lagos Marathon.
Okay, are you running?
My 10 star.
Okay, he's running.
Well, I wish you well. I'm not putting it past you to see you run marathon for Nigeria.
Jimmy's not running. Jimmy's well. Jimmy comes away to the marathon. Okay, marathon Sunday, Saturday. Saturday after the marathon Sunday. I'm kind of trying to go. God bless Nigeria.